Hello, hello, YouTube. um, Back again. Been a while since my last update. As you can see, the clothes have returned. No, just gonna do a little cleanup around here. Since I practiced a lot, I practiced for probably 2 hours a day, 2.5 hours. Um, and one thing I wanted to put down on video today. I'll probably do some playing near the end of this week coming up. It's May 6th, by the way. Um, Probably at the end of this week, I'll do another video and I'll do a little bit of playing. But one thing I wanted to mention, going back to some of my earlier videos, um, when I was practicing this week, because some of the stuff with the lessons that I'm taking have gotten a bit, I want to say more complicated, but things are starting to get a little bit more detailed. Um, and I've been using this Hohner Blues Band harmonica. It's the cheaper made in China knockoff. I say knockoff's not really correct, but um, it's a Hohner licensed product. It's not a regular German Hohner. And for most of the stuff that I was using in the first parts of the lessons was working pretty good, but I was noticing that whenever I would try to just improv or jam or um, just play with this harmonica, it's really hard. Um, it just doesn't seem like it holds the air. It leaks a lot. Um, it's really breathy, some of the stuff, some of the notes. Some of the notes are still hard as hell that I can get on any of my other harmonicas. The two draw specifically, which is traditionally a hard note to get. But I got no problem getting them on my blues harp, Hohner, or my either one of my two other Lee Oskars that I got. I'll talk about one I just picked up today. So going forward, I figured that I needed to get a better harmonica. So what I initially did was I went back to my original Special 20 that I bought, the first harmonica that I bought, started practicing with. If you go back to some of my earlier lessons, I don't remember which one it was. The sixth week, so that's what, 3 months ago now, 3.5 months ago now, um, that I was practicing, first started playing. I blew out the draw 4 reed. I thought I blew it out, but owing taking some advice and whatnot, I took the harmonica apart and I cleaned it, thinking maybe there was something stuck on the reeds or what have you. I put it back together. Um, no dice. The 4 reed just did not work. Um, so I went back on one of the forums that I post on, that I follow. Now, one of the people suggested that maybe the 4 reed was stuck to the reed plate itself. Somehow maybe it moved a little bit and it was just stuck on the reed plate. And I never re-engaged with that till yesterday, because I figured, well, if I need to get another harmonica, the blues band's not working. This is already a C harp. I'll take it apart again. I'll take another look at it and see if maybe that's what it is. So that's what I did. I took it apart. I had a hell of a time finding the screwdriver because my damn family never puts my tools back where they're supposed to be. But I got it apart, and with a little awl, I checked the reed, and it didn't seem like it was stuck. But I tapped it just real gently, and it was loose. It showed some play there. So before I put the covers back on, I did some practice draws on it, and it seemed like it was okay. I did some blows and some draws, and it was working fine. So I put it back together and did the same thing. Did a couple of practice draws on it, and it seemed like it was all right. So I was like, cool. I don't have to go buy a new harmonica. Maybe the reed was just stuck, so I'll just go back to using my Special 20. Well, today, when this morning, after I got going and I started practicing, or was going to start practicing, I pulled the harmonica out and I went to test the 4 draw. Nothing. And it seems like it works a little bit sometimes, and then other times it doesn't. But it's just not reliable. So it's blown or something's wrong with it. I can't use it. So I went ahead and put it away and decided to say screw it. I'll just go and just get a new C harp. And that's what I did this morning or this afternoon after we went to get lunch. I got another Lee Oskar diatonic in C. It's one on the bottom. I bought it at Sandmatch Music here, San Antonio. List price at the store was $33.95. Retail is like $57, something like that. $54, 57, something like that. So that's pretty good. That was in-store purchase, and no discounts or anything else. But one thing that I did notice that I messed around with this morning with the Lee Oskar, one of the things one of the lessons that I went through was kind of learning to do what the J.P. Allen calls a flanging technique, something like this, just where you get that oscillation in the tone, and doing it with kind of like a folksy kind of thing. When you add in, it makes kind of I call it kind of like a new age kind of sound to it. And if you move up and down a scale and just kind of like an improv with blowing multiple holes, doing that kind of flanging technique, basically just changing the mouth shape, going to like an E to an O kind of sound, and embouchure with your mouth. It kind of causes that oscillation of the tone, and you add in the hand gestures, and it kind of makes it sound kind of cool. I was trying to do it with the blues band initially, but I could not hold a note for very long because the air leakage is just so bad in the harmonica. So I was running out of breath relatively quickly. I couldn't sustain it. I pulled out my Lee Oskar, the one that I have in A, and I did the same thing. And I was able to maintain the breath and the blow a lot longer, and the draw too, but the blow a lot easier, obviously, because it's just a tighter harmonica. There's little, if any, air leakage. The tone is very crisp. You can tell the difference if you're a harmonica player between the Lee Oskar and something that's a little airier. And I'm not saying there's anything bad with an airy tone or whatever, because some harmonicas are designed that way. Matter of fact, my blues harp, my Honer that I got, my blues harp, is kind of that way. It leaks air a little bit more because that adds to the tonal quality with the wood comb. But for some things, unless you're real practiced and your air control and stuff is developed, I've only been playing for 5 months. It's just not. It's gotten a lot better, sure, but it's just not there. So to make things a little easier, get a better harmonica that doesn't leak so much. And I did the same test with the blues harp too, just to see, to make sure it just wasn't me. And I could almost hold the air almost as long with the blues harp as I can with the Lee Oskar, but the Lee Oskar does edge it out. So I was like, screw it, I'll just get another Lee Oskar, because I like the A one anyway. It's got a real good tone, and the breath control is there. It's a lot better anyway. But just something for you to keep in mind if you're a beginner or whatever with your harmonica. And again, you know, my experience with harmonicas is very limited. I've got 2 Lee Oskars now, and everything else I bought is a Honer, the Special 20, the Blues Harp, and the Blues Band. Those are the only 2 that I've tried. I've got 3 different keys, C, A, and what's that, G. Um, but I needed a C so I could continue to play and learn some, you know, the songs and follow the lessons or whatever. So I went ahead and got another one. But things are progressing. I've practiced quite a bit this past week. Um, I just kind of got back into it before. I've been doing other stuff, trying to um, get healthy, work out. You know, I'm not trying to get huge or nothing, but just trying to lose some weight, get healthy, working out. That's taking a lot of time and doing other stuff. You know, like I said before, life has gotten in the way. And I had a couple of migraines this past couple of weeks, and that just knocks me on my butt for days. And I just don't feel real motivated sometimes when I'm feeling like that to practice or do anything really. But this past week, I've gotten back into it. Today, especially, like I said, I spent a few hours, probably over 2 hours altogether, practicing the harp. I went through probably half a dozen lessons and just practicing different stuff over and over and just doing whatnot with the harmonica. So it's coming along. Um, I'll play a few things probably the end of this week. I want to do this next week's update. And I will do this week's update. I know there's something else that has kind of slipped. I haven't done a regular update in a couple weeks, but I am trying to stay regular uh, with the updates and in other things, but in the updates. But one thing that's kind of I noticed this before, but with the Lee Oskars, the cases, if you buy them separately or whatever, they have little grooves cut on the side of them or channel on the side of them. So if you get multiple Lee Oskars and they have the same case, you can connect them together and kind of carry them around as a group. It's just kind of a bulky kind of thing, but it helps keep your harmonicas um, together, I guess, in one area. Um, just something that was interesting. I thought that I'd go ahead and throw in there too. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope the information so far has been informative. Um, check back for me playing a little bit. I'll do some different stuff and just see how things sound, see how things go. Later.